As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Brace the rudder! Brace the sails! Brace the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality, that's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Good job with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play. With 20 minutes with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Morley. And Campbell finds himself in, and it's 3-1 to the Cheltenham Chieftains.
Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK Ice Hockey Podcast. We're in partnership with the Hockey Art Co, hockey clothing for hockey people, worn by the best and hated by the rest. Listeners to Zero Pucks Given get a 10% discount off of everything site-wide from hockeyartclothing.co.uk. Just use the code ZP10 upon checkout. We're also in partnership with Bob. Welcome to Bob, the sustainable, reusable, refillable male shower tool, the most innovative invention in male showering in quite some time. We're still awaiting a few details regards discount codes and whatnot from Bob. So for the time being, head to their social media, see what it's all about, and if you like it, then jump on board. This is, I don't even know what number it is now, possibly 6 or 7, going alphabetically through the Britain division. We're into the S's, we've done the Jets, now we're heading to the South Coast where we're going to check in with the Devils.
Raise your hands, what do you hold? The South Coast Spirit Club!
And talking Solent Devils with us is the man behind 2 Minutes for Trading, the trading cards that Solent Devils and Chelmsford Chieftains had last year. He's also the media coordinator for the Solent Devils. Absolutely delighted to welcome Dylan Morley. How you doing, fella?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent stuff. For those joining us on YouTube, you'll just see the Solent Devils logo there. Although I did look to the left as if I would be looking at Dylan. We are not. We are audio only this evening, but old habits.
Yeah.
So into this 25-26 season for the Devils, I get the feeling from Muzza, from people involved in the club, there's never like a fresh excitement. The excitement just builds every year. There's nothing different that comes in to make us think this year's going to be different. With full respect, and this is not a negative thing.
100%, yeah.
It's that obviously the rink is what it is. We all know about the rink. You pack it with, you've got these hundreds of hardcore fans that pack it every week. You're difficult to beat at home. You get so far, so close, you just can't get over the line for the last few years.
Yeah.
So do you think it perhaps needs a different injection, or do you just think, as we said previously, just before we come to air, that when it clicks, you're unbeatable? You just got to hope it clicks quickly.
Yeah, I mean, last year was a big year for us. We lost some big names. We brought in a lot of young talent from some from the league above, some from the league below, some from this league. And I think no one was really sure how it would go. I think the people that knew, but people were like, how are they going to make the jump? It's a very young team. The Devils traditionally have ran like a very similar roster year in, year out. But when it clicked, they got going, and they continued to show that they are the team that could beat any team on any given night. I'm pretty sure they beat every team last season, at least once. And yeah, I think since entering this league, they've always come like just within getting their hands on some silverware. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, the team worked last year. I think if everyone if everyone continues to develop at the rate that they're going and improving on their stats and confidence as the year goes on, I think this is a team that's proven that they can almost do it. So I think, yeah, the Muzz has confidence in the team. The team have confidence in themselves with some big results last year. So I think it's a case of just see how the year goes. Hopefully everything clicks how it's planned to. You know.
Well, I mean, the way the roster kind of sits, this is what I say about, like, because there's no imports in there or anything like that. I know that's not the way that Muzzer likes to work. It's all it's quite, you know, a lot of the lads are quite local. And the youth in there, I mean, the average age came down drastically when Drew retired. But,
yeah.
Like, the youth in there, I mean, Kane Russell, you know, just 21, Charlie Wedge at 22, Ollie Cackett, who looked terrific when he was put in last year.
100%.
Just 18. And even Travis Penny, like, when you guys picked him up from Oxford, I said, that's a good little signing.
Yeah.
Because he stuck in.
We're very true to our systems, and that includes development. A lot of our guys have come up or have spent time with our Division 2 team, and it shows our guys are prepared for the game. They know how we play. So yeah, I'm sort of looking at like what Slough did a couple of years ago, showing that sometimes eventually the youth will take over. I think our guys are still learning, but they're showing the signs that we need to see. And yeah, huge breakout seasons for a lot of our young guys last year. So
yeah,
we can keep building on that.
The addition of Jack Hoppers at the back last year, with having that experience from Streatham, at being a champion,
yeah,
I think was massive. He was a beast at the back for the Devils last year.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I should say this because I'm like affiliated with the team, but I think Jack was one of the most underrated players last year. He was so dynamic on the back end, puck movement, scoring if he had to, shutting down chances, and that was huge for the decor, which has been the decor for many years. A change like that, and Tom Banner. I'm trying to remember if anyone else has joined the back end, but yeah, it's definitely a good fit.
You've got to be careful, I suppose, when you're talking, because you. I can imagine the Devils roster may be done. There may be extra ones going in, but being the media coordinator, you probably know things people don't know yet, so you don't want to have things slip out by accident.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We love an exclusive here. We do love an exclusive.
I'd love to give you guys some hints, but all I can say is your roster's not complete until you announce the final roster, right? So,
well, there we go. Then expect further numbers in down at Solent. So, with regards to last season, then obviously we say we got close. The cup final was where you ended up last year. Obviously, the previous couple of years it's been the playoff finals. Last year it was the cup final. The first leg was, without doubt, one of the best atmospheres I can imagine there's ever been at that Gosport Ice Arena.
Oh, 100%. The fans are so on board with this team, and every player that I've spoke to with their like re-signing interviews have said like the fans energize this team no matter what. They find that extra gear, and yeah, that room, that building was just electric all night. I think some of that carried into the following night for sure.
Yeah, again, back at Chelmsford the following night, another sold-out night, another massively loud experience for the players to play in. A little bit of tasty before the puck drop ruckus as well, to my memory.
Yeah.
I think it was very close to a 40-man brawl in the warm-ups.
Yeah, I think just the intensity that this level of hockey has in this country now is way higher than we ever saw. The compete level, the teams are so close, especially this league with the changes in the teams. The top team could beat the bottom team or vice versa any night. There's a lot of parity with the teams, and every night is going to be a close match, I'm sure.
Mm. Now, there'd be a lot that would possibly write the Devils off with regards to title challenging. But season before last, you finished second.
Yep.
And that pushed all the way. And as I said, even though the roster doesn't evolve massively every year, because it never really has done, it was forced to do so, obviously, with the loss of Chico Cole, Alex Cole, Drew Campbell, all these players that stepped away. It was forced to evolve.
Yeah.
And it did so, and even kept the team competitive then up. I think it was fourth that they finished, or was it fourth in the league?
Yeah.
Last season, unlucky in the playoffs, got to a cup final. They constantly just surprise people every single year. And as you say, you can have results like, go to the high road and win 3-0, but then equally you can go to the Vindico and come away with a 2-1 defeat.
Yeah.
There's no consistency to it. It's just the Devils are one of those teams that you just don't want to play them, because if they, as I said at the start, if they turn up, you're not going to beat them.
100%. The guys know it, and the team is sort of built around that, like, camaraderie, the relationship between the players, and then just knowing the systems, knowing how to outwork each team in the league, and when it happens, when it clicks, it's quite something.
I think in your forward line as well is one that I think is widely feared across the league, with the likes of Liam Coleman, Harry Harkup, Kane Russell, Mark Pitts, who just doesn't seem to stop. Doesn't 36 years old now. Every time he goes through on goal, I think he's going to score.
Yeah,
and it's particularly down in, and I've said this to Muzza many times, you should never lose a home game ever.
Yeah, I think the new guys have got used to the rink now. And yeah, the team's depth is quite good this season compared to past seasons. I think going back many years, you may have seen more top-heavy Solent teams, but for sure, the squad this year is definitely any line could score. The D get involved, but also the forwards back check and help stop the puck. It's a very well-rounded team, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's a very much a systems team, and when the systems work incredibly well. Yeah,
100%. Especially on home ice, I think all teams know it now. It's no secret how confident we can work the smaller ice pad and get our changes in.
So looking into this season then, with this say slightly not new look roster, but a couple of additions coming up, particularly from the Solent Devils too.
Yeah,
that's who you're going to face in the challenge games at the start of the year. Is that more of like an in-house celebration of the start of the season? Because is it particularly did you want a competitive game before the start of the season, or just to get everybody's legs going?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think you want to get a feel for the games, the systems. There's been a lot of changes to the Division 2 team, so they got to get some game time in before the season for sure. And I think it's a chance for the Devils to work out some changes, get their legs warmed up before heading on the road, and a bit of a showcase of the talent we've got in the system. Maybe a bit of keeping an eye out, see who's ready to come up and play. A showcase is a great word for it, actually, because I think, like you say, it will. The lads who have come from the 2 into the main senior team
that it's a chance for them to almost kind of show off in front of that crowd. And,
Yeah.
and for the guys that are getting close to it from the two team as well, it's a massive chance for them. And as you said, you start the year on the road with a couple of really hard road trips. It's a pretty sticky start for the Devils, really. The trip to Swindon, trip to Chelmsford, followed by the champions coming down to Gosport, and then going to Invicta, which has been massively competitive between Solent and Invicta these last few years.
Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, I don't think there's going to be many quote-unquote easier games this season, being thrown straight into the deep end, but I'm sure the team have prepared for it. This is, if you want to have a good season, if you want to make the cup finals a good playoff position, you want to push for a league title, you have to be ready for when the games come. You may have wanted it to start a little easier, ease you into it a bit, but for sure, yeah. Picking up where we left off, basically. A lot of the teams we faced at the end of last season. So there's a level of familiarity there. Of course, they have had a lot of changes in their rosters, but I think it's a good opening month to get a feel for what the league's going to be like, the level of intensity, and just go from there, I guess.
Well, the cup groups for this year, I'm just now searching through a little bit from England ice hockey, because it was a little bit misleading, actually, how it all kind of came out when they got released, the fixtures were announced and whatnot, that some of the cup games were listed as different. And the Solent Devils fixture lists Group A as Cardiff, Chelmsford, Solent, Swindon, and Group B as Invicta, Romford, Slough and Streatham. So two incredibly competitive cup groups there. You can kind of already perhaps see that you might be getting a Solent, Chelmsford semi. The two, there'll be the two that go, and then they'll be facing either Slough and Streatham in the semi. So a very competitive sort of cup group. But do you know, are they the finalised ones?
I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I was told, so that's what I'm going with for now. But if there's any update, I'll be sure to post something to let everyone know.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for a little bit of a sort of a precursor from England ice hockey, but they were making so many changes that it never came in time. So, I mean, if so, looking at them cup groups, you can definitely see that Chelmsford and Solent could well be at the top of those, and then you're going to that's a repeat of the semi-finals of last year's cup competition, where of course Solent came through the Slough Jets.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's always good to keep it fresh and change up the groups. This year, there's the opportunity for some finals matchups to be in the semi-finals and so on. So it's definitely going to be a competitive cup this year. The Devils get thrown right in the deep end with the first two games being league and cup, so important points straight away. But yeah, I think the tough matchups are everyone's go-to, everyone's favourite to watch, and the cup this season's definitely going to be that bit extra competitive.
And as we said before we came onto air, your March, the final month of the season, is looking incredibly competitive, with Romford and Cardiff making the trip to Solent, but you also travelling to Cardiff, travelling to Chelmsford, travelling to Streatham, where points are going to be up for grabs in that last month for playoff places, which, as anyone knows, in an 8-team league where everyone qualifies for playoffs, the placings are just so important.
Yeah, I think the Devils have had a lot of similar playoff opponents each year. So finishing for them, even though it's wherever you say it's going to be, the slightest one game in March can, 1 point in March can be the deciding factor on who plays who. And that can determine your whole playoff run. So yeah, it's definitely a tough group of games right before playoffs, but I think if anything, it'll make the team more warmed up, ready to go. They'll have a taste of the intensity, and yeah, I think you can't take any game for granted this year. Those Cardiff games are going to be strong at home. They'll be pushing for playoffs. With last year, they had a lower league finish, so yeah, and then playing Romford, Chelmsford, Streatham, they're all tight, close match games. So yeah, for sure, going to be a competitive way to end the season.
Did you see much of the playoffs last year at Sheffield, the Steel City Showdown?
I watched the live streams, yeah.
Did you? Do you think is that going to be the main focus? Do you think for Solent Devils is to get themselves to Sheffield this year?
It's hard to say. I think the team want to push to win as many games as they can, 100%, and they're hungry to get their hands on some silverware. So, there's a few opportunities this season. There's the league, there's the cup, there's the playoffs. I'd definitely say they'd always give a good shot at the playoffs. I think being on that kind of a stage where there's so many people viewing and it's a big ice pad and all the teams are there is definitely something the team wants to be involved in. But yeah, it's just it's a competitive league. You got to get there, and it's not always worked out, but I know the team can give it their all for sure.
Yeah, I think there might be another cup as well this year. I think it's like a separate challenge cup. That I'm not entirely sure that every team is involved in it. I know that when that happened a couple of years ago, that Solent sort of stepped away, didn't they? They weren't involved in that secondary competition.
Yeah, I believe it's mainly just like the London-based teams this year. Yeah. So I don't believe we're in that.
Yeah, I think from the looks here, I can see it's Chelmsford, Slough, Streatham, and Invicta are taking part in that. So yeah, not Solent for now, but you say it's entirely understandable that when you've got the fixtures that you've already got, adding to them is sometimes very, very difficult.
Yeah, our guys all have like full-time jobs. It's very full-on training, and then a lot of long road trips and double headers, as we're one of the more further away teams, I'd say. So yeah,
ever so slightly more remote than most, aren't you, down on the south coast there?
Yeah. I know the guys love a long road trip, but it'll be a little bit easier. There's no MK games this year. But yeah, a lot of travel in and around London for sure.
Yeah, the MK one is a long one from Solent. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm actually about 20 minutes further east from Chelmsford, so the Gosport one is about just under 3 hours for me, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No. So I think looking at the fixtures, I will definitely be at February the 7th for Solent versus Chieftains. May well be at December 13th as well.
Yeah, I think there are going to be some very big fixtures. I think the rink's going to be packed. There are going to be some big games. Obviously, the whole narrative with rematch of the cup final and stuff like that will be definitely in the air. And it's always a great game between those two teams. It's always close. One goal decides it most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you haven't really got a local rival to yourselves on the south coast there, Solent have kind of had these rivalries with other clubs. I think you've got one with Invicta as well, because you guys just seem to meet in the playoffs every single year. And there was of course the mental playoff final game of 23-24.
Yeah.
At Milton Keynes that I think sticks long in the memories of the fans. And there is also this kind of animosity and this rivalry with Chelmsford as well, which it just, as you say, it makes the game so much more exciting as well. Even though it's ice hockey, it's already an exciting game, but it had this little bit of spice to it, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think with Chelmsford, I believe that the teams have played against each other for many years now, so I think there's probably a few games of cups on the line where that goes back in history. And I just think, yeah, the teams are so evenly matched with their systems, their kinds of players, their depth, goaltending. Sometimes it's just about with the goalies. So yeah, I think there's definitely some close games which people will definitely mark on the calendars as big rivalry games or must-win games. But yeah, I mean, it's a new season. People have new players, new teams, so we'll see who the close games are this year. Yeah,
I think the rivalry there with Chelmsford kind of stems back to, I think the last time Solent won a trophy was the NIHL2 playoff final, and I think it was at Chelmsford against Chelmsford.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
So yeah, I think me and Muzz did speak about that when I came down for the cup final last season, because it was, and obviously we had the playoff final at Ali Pali. the season before that as well. So yeah, that's one of the things I think is great. That it'd be much better to have loads and loads of teams and loads of divisions, but where it's relatively limited, the fans of the clubs get to have this history that it kind of belongs to them. And it's so easy to create it because there's not that many teams. So over the course of a couple of years, two clubs can just create this rivalry almost out of nothing.
Yeah, I think the fans definitely see that between Solent and Invicta. The amount of times we've met in the playoffs, I'm sure the players joke about it to each other. But yeah, that's always a close game. It can go either way. I believe we beat them by quite a margin in a league game last season, and then what happened in the playoffs. So, like I said earlier, it's a very close league. You may look at the Devils as being fourth last season, but they were very competitive against the top three, and they had tough games against fifth, sixth, seventh. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you noted right at the beginning, I think it's always a secret target of Muzza and something that he does every single year, which is he beats every single team at least once.
Yeah, I think it boosts a lot of confidence into the team, knowing they can do it for sure. And it's one of the only teams in the league that can. And yeah, despite what you may see on the outside, the rink, the budget, the local players, no imports and stuff, they always find a way to win. They always find a way to be competitive. And yeah, I think that's what the club's about. Absolutely.
And not only does it work, every time I've come down there, it's so welcoming. The fans are lovely. The people involved with the club are lovely. Obviously, I'm quite close with Muzza. Kerry and Maddie and yourself and everyone that works there is fantastic. I was so lucky when I come down for the cup final. I managed to actually meet Lee Murray, who I'd not met. I'd heard a lot of, but not actually met him. Lee's fantastic. And it's the whole kind of the town where it gets involved in the hockey. It's very tribal. They're very passionate about it. And I absolutely love going down there. It's one of my favourite away rinks to go to.
Yeah, I think a lot of other fans say the same, and I know our fans, it's our highlight of our year, like going to hockey. It's like a family bond within the fans, and everyone looks out for everyone. The hockey community down in Gospорт's amazing. And yeah, despite what you may think, there's a limited capacity, it's a smaller rink, whatnot. We make it feel like a huge rink, and we enjoy hockey.
Absolutely. And one of the sort of additions, as well as being media coordinator, was you kind of coming up with this 2 minutes for trading and doing these trading cards for the Solent Devils, which Chancellor Chieftains also had from last year as well. So where did that idea come from, and what got you started with that?
So when I was let me go back a bit. The Devils put out the person that was doing social media and the website, etc., had stepped away. And it's something I've always played with, graphics design and website making and stuff in my spare time, and it's part of my career. So I put in for it. And then while I was messing with some software, trying to learn some more graphics design, I was designing different things that I saw in NHL, so recreating their graphics in Solent Devil style. And part of that was designing some merchandise. So I did some clothing, and then I did these trading cards. And when I went to this meeting with the team to discuss coming on board and helping out with everything that I do, I printed out a prototype of these trading cards, and I was like, I know our merchandise is pretty locked in. Everyone likes it. It's a great quality and whatnot. But if you wanted to add more to that, this is just one of my ideas. We don't have to go ahead with it. And they were over the moon with it. They were training at the time, and they took the prototypes off, and all the players just fell in love with them. They're comparing their stats. They're like the kids when they open the packs. Yeah, they're comparing their stats. Oh, look at this photo, and they wanted a set for them and their family and their friends, and it was instantly, I think, that drive then the team approached me and said, like, could we put this into full production? We had a fundraiser game, and it was just the perfect opportunity. The first batch was handmade by me and some family friends. So we got them printed, we cut them all out ourselves, and then we packaged them up and sold them for the fundraiser. It was a long night. But just seeing the joy on everyone's face, the success of it, the way it brought the fans closer to each other, like trading, meeting up, chatting about them, and then also to the players, getting them signed, talking to them about, oh wow, you've played 800 games, tell me about that. And I think it also just made the fans more knowledgeable on some of the players' stats who, if you don't look online and go looking for it, you may not know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was sort of just like a passion idea that just grew and grew and grew. And then I was approached by some of the other clubs, and they were like, we'd love if this could be something that we could bring to our fans. So then I formed 2 Minutes for Trading, refined some systems, improved the quality, changed some of the templates, and then I was over the moon to get Chelmsford on board, and then we did another set for the Devils, which was a great success. The fans really liked some of the rare ones we did for that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole idea of trading cards and whatnot. There's a shop on Regent Street in London, a Fanatics shop that's all trading cards and stuff like that. Because if you get like the rare ones, like the football ones and the rookie cards, baseball cards, because in American sports it's always been a massive thing, the trading cards. But yeah, the amount of people, particularly at Chelmsford, they wanted to get the full set. They were going to collect it.
Yeah.
And I'd said to Zara, because you were kind enough to send me a full set, because you got involved on the pod for a few weeks, and we try and get the name out there a little bit. And my daughter's got her Kieran Rayner one that she keeps in the back.
No way.
And but Dylan Dix had asked me if he could have his one from me, because give it to his nephew. I think Slough Jets. I don't know if you're working with Slough Jets, but they're looking at doing something very similar.
Yeah, there's a few companies that are starting to pick it up now. I think hockey in this country is a few years behind other countries for sure, but I think with the quality of hockey that's being played at this level, I think everyone league-wide is up in their game. Mainly social media. That's something that I'm passionate about with the Devils, is we're always pushing, like, how much content can we do? What advanced graphics can we do? What stats can we pump out? Just up in our game to match the big leagues in other countries and NHL and whatnot. Obviously, nowhere near that level, but I think the fans also enjoy a more affordable, collectible item to follow their hockey with. So I think a lot of things just clicked. And yeah, I think the product definitely upped the league's presence and made us feel more professional, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing Sloughs, but I have a prototype from Darren Goodchild of a Slough card. Those of us joining on YouTube will just be able to see it there. And it's Seb Moore, Christian Moore, and Jack Goodchild, who I dubbed the Holy Trinity, and that's what it says on the bottom of the card. So Darren gave me a prototype of that card. So it's a lovely little thing, and as you say, it's just another way for the fans to get involved and almost obsess about it, because we know the hockey fans are just. Henry Stalen said when he was on with us, you say to a hockey fan, what's your second favourite sport, and it takes them a little while.
Yeah.
They just love hockey.
Yeah, I think for the most part, like, you see people representing their club with clothing and whatnot, but that's what I did. I looked to the NHL, and they've got so many options to decorate your room and collect, and you can get almost anything in the world with your team's logo on. So I was just thinking, how can we bring more of that? Not to that extent, but just some of that to our league. And yeah, I think it's been successful.
It's been terrific, mate. I think it's a great little sort of side bit for you. The Solent ones were terrific. The Chelmsford ones were terrific. I'm sure anything you produce in the future will also go well. One suggestion I'd have maybe is with the rare ones is a shiny. Can you print a shiny?
So it's something we looked into. With the people that get the cards printed for us, it's additional costs, and we want to keep our costs down so the product's cheap for fans and affordable for pocket money each week and stuff. But it's not off the table if clubs are interested in it. We can definitely negotiate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People my age go back to like the Premier League stickers and things like that. It's you got to love a shiny.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people have asked for, so it's definitely something we're going to look into. And yeah, it's funny you bring up the stickers, because that was like the main comparison I was getting a lot. Like, oh no way, this reminds me when I was a kid, and it's like adults like, can I buy a full set? So,
Dylan, thank you so much for your time, mate, and chatting Solent Devils with us. We've sort of run through the roster, run through the fixtures. I think it's going to be a really competitive year, and I would expect the Devils to, as you say, upset a few, and certainly be involved in some entertaining games along the way. Yeah,
thanks for having me. 100%. Yeah, I think Devils definitely a team to keep an eye on this season. You know, there's a lot of, you can sort of guess how things may go. You can never really tell, but the Devils are that question mark, and I think. You know, they were competitive last year, and for the most part, it's the same roster, a couple of changes here and there. So, yeah, I think definitely a team to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. You'll have to put the feelers out, see which of the Devils players want to come on the podcast this year.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'll let them know.
Top man. Dylan Morley, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Ben.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Listen. That's the sound of the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The sound of captivating electric performance, dynamic drive, and the quiet confidence of ultra-smooth handling. The elevated interior reminds you this is more than an EV. This is electric performance, redefined. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.